Hey guys, this is the Kaiser Drop Bear Fix 7. It is by far the largest Kaiser knife I've ever seen. And I've been kind of in this knife game for around 5 years. But the Drop Bear Fix 7 is a full-size camp slash bushcrafting knife available in a couple of different configurations. This is the 1095 tool steel version. It's also available in an uncoated AEBL version. Both are massive knives. Both have contoured handles. This one's G10. I believe the AEBL is a combination of Micarta and G10. You've got an AZO design here, or IZO, AZO. The same guy that designed the Drop Bear, that designed the Big Glider, that designed a lot of Kaiser knives. Fantastic designer. And what you've got is you've got this full-size camp knife that has a couple of features on it. It does have this little hollowed out area here where this center rivet is, and that's in case you want to use a stick and a bow to do, a fire starter and have that as your pivot point. Would I use it for that? No, but it's nice to have. I guess if you're going to use it. Plus, you don't feel it in your grip. What I like about the knife is several things. What I've not done is I've not checked to see. I don't know if I've got a ferro rod close here. I don't think I do. If this will strike a ferro rod, I have a feeling it will. It feels pretty sharp, but it does have a lanyard hole up here at the front, so that if you wanted to lash this knife, have it where it was lashed around your wrist for chopping, you could easily do that. It also has the split fastener, so you could put a lanyard on the back if you wanted to. The jimping on this knife is outstanding. Starting with the heel, you've got this really nice pommel, and you've got jimping both on the full tang and into the G10 scale. You can see the contouring there. The same on the back side here, as well as on your thumb jimping. So you've got a couple of different places to hold this knife. So if you're going to chop or use this knife kind of as a chopper, you would hold it back here. You've also got this really nice jimped finger choil and this extended jimping that goes up front here that allows you to do more detail cuts. Say you were prepping food around a campfire, you were feather sticking, you were trying to get a fire started, you were doing something more than just chopping. I have taken this knife kind of through the woods and back. I've chopped with it. I have cut down bamboo with it. I have not dug with it, not pried with it, but I have pretty much chopped through a lot of stuff with it. It's still surprisingly sharp. Again, it was never a lightning beam to start with because it's got thicker blade geometry and it's designed to be more of a piercer worker knife, but it's still very sharp. One thing about this knife that will probably need a modification by me, it's not something that's needed, it's just something that I think would look better. When you look at the way this plunge grind, this termination grind, and I don't know if on bigger knives how important this is, but I'm so used to having a place to where when you sharpen the knife, you can kind of get it cleaned up to where you're not going to be creating a smile. And the way that this plunge grind comes out here, you can't even really set the knife flat because that's a high point. So that needs to be taken down with a stone, maybe a little choil cut into there, or just not worry about it. Because like I say, I haven't had to sharpen it yet. It is an absolute beast of a knife. It is heavy. It is weighty. I think it looks cool. It's a drop point, but to me it looks like a spear point. The Drop Bear Fix 7 in 1095 so far for me has been a winner. I've thrown a lot at it and haven't been able to tear it up yet. But let's do a couple of quick size comparisons with some bigger knives from my collection. One is the Olive Knives Arbor, which is a bushcrafting knife, a full-size knife that is dwarfed by the Azo. Another is the Kaiser Polaris, which is another bushcraft knife. I consider both of these knives full-sized camp knives. The chisel grind here comes with a little sharpener on the sheath. And then this is the Olive Knives in L-Max. Fantastic bushcrafting knife. The only other big knife I've got, which I'm sure will be bigger than the Polaris, or excuse me, than the Drop Bear Fix, is my K-Bar Kukri. So the K-Bar Kukri is indeed larger than my Kaiser Drop Bear Fix 7. The Drop Bear Fix 7 is a monster, guys. It is going to be bigger than I think almost every camp knife I've got. I just thought of one that I didn't compare it to. Give me 1 second. Let me grab this knife because this is going to be another quote-unquote full-size camp knife. But it's going to be a good bit smaller. This is the TRM Redline Fixed Blade, a Redline camp knife. And you can tell it's about a good 2.5 inches smaller. So let's see how big this bitch is. It is going to come in right at 11 3/4 inches. 11 3/4 overall. 6.5 inch blade. Little over 5.25 inch handle. This inside grip is 4.25. So I've got a 3.5 inch grip. This is 4.25 right here. If you look at the inside grip to the finger choil, you are looking at 5.25 and then some. So 5.25 to right here. And I'm thinking it's going to be close to 1/4 inch of steel. I know Kizer does it in millimeters. .19, so not quite 1/4 inch. 0.19. And then the handle at its thickest is going to be 0.81. At its thinnest, about 0.7. It is very, very contoured. It is very comfortable. It is a honking big knife. I really, really enjoy it. It's not one I would choose for a cardboard shredder, but it will definitely work through cardboard. I've cut through a lot of cardboard with it, cut through a lot of materials in general, just to see what I could do to that edge. And it just keeps ticking, guys. But it's a thick grind, thick knife. I think it's a really good value. I will leave a couple of links on Amazon for both the AEBL and this 1095 version. I've got Amazon associate links that'll take you to that. But I appreciate y'all taking a look. I appreciate y'all watching my content. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to all the channel members. I want to say thank you to anyone who subscribes to the channel, anyone who comes in and just checks out my knife and EDC content. Thank you. If you're so inclined, if you'd hit that subscribe button down there and you'd hit that bell notification icon, it would really help me out. Another thing real quickly about the sheath is it is adjustable. So this sheath can be worn either in a vertical position, or you can loosen this screw and can it 45 degrees or can it at 90 degrees so you can carry it horizontally if you want. But thumbs up or thumbs down, but most importantly, please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your hearts and choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.